What's up, everybody? We've got the new Jackie Z Hidden Barn Kentucky Straight Whiskey. All
right, folks, we've got Hidden Barn Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is a small batch. It is batch number 1.
It's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey with no alternative age statement. Will, what does that mean?
It means there's no age statement from the mid-90s.
Right. But it means at least it's at least 4 years old.
Because it's straight bourbon and there's no other sort of age statement. When you have a straight bourbon, it has to be at least 2 years if it has an age statement. But if there's no age statement, you can infer from that it is at least 4 years old.
Or it could be 15. They just don't want to disclose it for some ungodly reason.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and tell you what this is not. This is not 15 years old.
Who's to say, Greeze? We'll find out in a moment.
Jackie would have been messing with this stuff like...
Maybe. I don't know that she had anything to do with it other than blending it once there, because it is distilled, aged, and bottled by the Neely family distillery. And because they just announced Hidden Barn and her joining recently, I know that she wasn't involved in the distillation process. At least I would take that from meaning if it's at least 4 years old, the whiskey that's in here, and it was distilled, aged, and bottled by Neely family, who are partners with Jackie in this. That they made the whiskey, they laid down the barrels, and then I think she came on board to help blend it, is the way I take this this bottle label that we're reading. So this is 106 proof, and it says on the back, it says, the Hidden Barns of Kentucky, painted black to hide the operations inside some. Kind of operations you think you're doing, like surgeries and stuff?
Well, I mean, something without Jackie, but with Jackie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
And as an act of solidarity for the rest, still stand as a reflection of a time when those whose passion for whiskey making would stop at nothing. That same passion drives us to make whiskey the hard way because we love the process as much as the result. What may seem inefficient to most is a portrayal of a labor of love to us. We embrace the natural variances and settle for nothing less than quality, no matter the cost.
You need to do the cork pot better.
I'll do it again. And reverse. All right, Grease. Cheers to Hidden Barn. It's a musty barn. Okay.
I'm getting bologna sandwich.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Getting bologna sandwich on it?
I fry bologna. I mean, it's a pretty good bologna sandwich.
I'm into that. I do not get that. I wish I did.
Honestly, it smells pretty good. It's very corny and young, but it
smells.
It's got vanilla butterscotch to it.
If you had poured this for me blind, I would have smelled it and said it was under 2 years old. It smells
1,000%.
It smells very corny.
It's malty. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's your go-to for young whiskey. So it being over 4 years by not having the age statement is a little bit puzzling to me. I do get some buttered popcorn. You said butterscotch.
Yeah.
It has, but
There's
it's
butter.
very corn forward, extremely corn forward. It's almost the only thing I get on the nose.
What if Jackie went up there and was like, "We're just gonna need a little bit more butter"? Isn't that what's her name? Paula Dean. We're gonna need. You can't ever have too much.
You can't say Paula Dean anymore,
butter.
man. She got canceled a long time ago.
Oh, dang it, she did.
She been canceled a long time ago. Where did she come from? Where did she go? Where did Paula Dean go?
She went to the Hidden Barn. She's hiding out in that bar, baby.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just getting a lot of corn influence on it. I'm getting a lot of new make. It smells very.
Yes.
I don't get any barrel influence
Very
on the
grain
nose
forward.
at all. Yeah.
Grain forward. Just isn't a whiskey enthusiast cup of tea.
All right, I'm going to dive in.
Just
down the hatch.
I don't know if the camera caught it, but I just sloshed it on my shirt, on my jeans, and up my nose. I don't even like it.
Is there any more room for me in those jeans? Still a lot of corn, but I'm telling you, the finish, boiled peanut.
Yes.
I get.
And sticks.
Sticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not STIX like the band. The ones in the woods.
I'm getting boiled peanut. I get kind of that salty earthy, and there's a woodiness to a boiled peanut. But I mean, I'm telling you, I get boiled peanuts. That's not a bad thing.
Right.
But there's still the corn.
I mean, in the South, absolutely.
There's the corn influence is definitely still there. It tastes very young. I do get char. I taste char.
But it's harsh.
But it's not oak char. It's just char.
Here's the deal. This thing has, outside of it feeling young.
Yeah.
Not feeling young.
Tasting young.
Tasting young.
Yeah.
Smelling young.
Right.
This is the least balanced thing that I've tasted in a long time because there are big characteristics in here.
But they're like ping pong and everywhere.
Yes.
They're not cohesive.
Yeah. It's like burnt oak, really like young corn. Like it's not even like sweet.
Yeah. It's like uncooked corn.
Yes. It's like not, it's not like they cooked it. They just threw it in there raw.
Yeah.
Which I think that's what you do anyway. But you know what I'm saying.
I'm not pleased with this.
Here's my issue right here, and I'm going to read something to you, Will.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Let's see how this pans out.
I don't know.
Are there any words you need help with?
No. For whiskey making, that same passion drives us to make whiskey the hard way because we love the process as much as the result. What does that say to me, Will? That says that they have curated this thing to be exactly what they wanted it to be, and the timing was just right for the release.
You believe labels.
I don't. Right.
You believe the marketing right up. I don't believe that at all.
That's a swerve.
I believe that
that's what they call spin, Will.
I think that the Neely family distillery had been around for a while. Obviously, they had laid down barrels, they distilled it and aged it.
Yeah.
I think that they are capitalizing on Jackie Zykan leaving Old Forester and joining up with them for this release. And because of how hot the buzz is around it, tell me another time someone's made a big move in the industry and a couple months later, like she announced on July 1st that she was leaving Old Forester. And honestly, I don't know of another person who has left a distillery and had a product to market that quick.
Right.
Like, I mean, we're talking about 6 weeks.
Well, there was a non-compete, whatever that's called. There's a non-compete. Obviously.
That means a compete. If it's a non.
Well, I'm saying she didn't sign a non-compete of anything.
Oh, what you're saying is that she left her job and was able to do that. Yeah.
Right.
But also she wasn't the principal at it. She probably wasn't under contract at Brown-Forman. It was an employment position.
Yeah.
And if she
a
decided
celebrity of sorts.
If she decided to leave though, and there was no severance or anything like that, I don't think there's no non-compete there.
Yeah, because what she had is just her mind and her skill. Like it wasn't like she had it's not like she's in charge of mash bills.
What you're trying to compare is like, we know when certain people were at maybe a schmucky foul. I'm not saying it. And then like there's, when there's like a purchase of a brand, if someone buys it from you and you stay on, a lot of times there's non-compete clauses and stuff like that. It's not like she owned Old Forester or Brown-Forman and then left to go start her own because she got bought out by Diageo or something.
So she probably didn't even have a non-compete in front of her. So she got done with that. She was a celebrity for them. She wanted to use that celebrity and move on to a bigger brand that for her, not a bigger brand, period.
Yeah, well, that was the thing is that she said she was leaving like a dream job to go start something on her own. I'm disappointed in the product because I think that the business decision was made to get something to market to capitalize on that. Mm-hmm. And I don't think this is the best representation of the whiskey that she's going to put out with her partners in the future, because we know the things that she had her hands on at Old Forester were phenomenal. When it was something, it's like, she crafted this. She has the palate and she blended it, got it together. Like that was so remarkable. The things that she had her hands in at Old Forester, that you expect almost the same quality or flavor profile.
100%.
You expect the same quality.
Here's the deal.
That's not this.
You expect your MVPs in your mind to be MVPs.
This is Michael Jordan. Or no, this is LeBron James going to the Heat and them like going under 500 the first season. in my mind. Like, this does not live up to the hype.
Oh, right. Doesn't even make the playoffs.
Right. And so I
just compared Jackie to LeBron. She's going to love that.
She's big deal.
She is a big deal.
So that's the thing, is that I would have preferred them take as much time as they needed to make a home run.
Yeah.
And now it's pallets or pallets or pallets.
100%.
You could 1,000% say that I am completely wrong on this, that this is one of the best whiskeys you've ever had and that it is worth every penny.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in what it is. I had a lot of expectations for it. I was not going to let the hype or anything kind of jade me to that.
Right.
And I just taste it, and the nose smells like new make. And the profile of it, just like you said, it's all over the place. It doesn't drink
over the place
consistently.
There's legit some cheese notes on the nose. Like
what? Okay, now you're speaking my language.
It is so
diving back in for the cheese.
I'm going to go back to it. Like, I've never tasted a more unbalanced whiskey to me because there's such.
Oh, I've definitely tasted more unbalanced whiskeys, but not with
the character that this thing has on the.
What's it cost? $80?
Yeah, it's $80.
Like $75 or $80. That's the thing. I would say I don't know that I've tasted something. No, I also take that back. There was that Black Maple Hill that was just garbage.
Oh, that was bad.
And that was like an $80 or $90 bottle. So okay, caveat, but. I'm getting a little bit of fruit coming through now that
this is
more
cheese
airtime.
Ritz.
It's cheese Ritz cracker.
The sandwich.
Like little sandwiches?
Yeah, on the nose.
See, I'm getting some fruit coming through now.
That might be my saliva.
I think that's the wrong glass.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the one I spit the cheese Ritz in that we had as a snack, palate cleanser. It just tastes really young. It's $90 or $80.
I'm proud of Jackie stepping out, taking a risk.
Yeah.
She left a dream job, making real money. She's putting it all behind this brand. And I just think it was rushed. But I'm proud of her. I think she is super talented. I'm going to say, with this being batch 1, I want to support that for her, because I think in the whiskey industry we should support each other, especially if we believe in them. Now, is this her best foot forward? I don't think so at all. And I think that's a huge compliment, because if this isn't their best foot forward, then
you've always been the king at the backhanded compliment.
No, I literally think that their best foot. I don't think this is their best foot forward. Yeah. However, Jackie, I respect the heck out of it. I want to support that. So I'm going to say this is a buy, because I want to support good people in the whiskey industry. Based on taking Jackie out of that at $80, this is a pass.
Okay, so what you just said is you're going to have an $80 shelf ornament because you're not going to drink this or pour it for people.
100%.
So with that in mind, I agree with you. I'm a pass on it because I don't think that the whiskey's good. I don't think it's, I know it's expensive when it's aged and distilled and produced and bottled all by them. So I understand that costs money, but this, there were other things I would pay the same price for that are small businesses, craft distilleries, making it themselves. Leaper's Fork comes to mind for me. I'm a big fan of it. Around the same price, bottled and bond, around the same age, 100 proof, a little bit lower proof, but I think it has infinitely better flavor and profile and characteristics compared to this. I would take something like that over it and still be supporting the industry.
Fair.
I'm disappointed.
There's just really big flavors in that.
Here's the problem. I'm disappointed that this is batch 1 because I wanted to love it. I wanted to support it. And I know that better whiskey will be coming.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid people are going to buy it, feel burned, and be turned off to it and not buy batch 2.
Here's the thing, though.
That's a real risk.
I think now more than ever, the whiskey consumer and the whiskey industry knows you can mess up once. Like,
I disagree.
No,
I think they know that, but I don't think they're going to buy the second one until they have been told by 15 people that it's phenomenal. I don't think that people.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like it only takes a spark in this.
People
online.
say you can mess up once, but a lot of people won't buy it the second time to give those good reviews.
It would be a slow roll to pick up steam.
I see. That's where I'm yes, you can always redeem yourself, but I think the whiskey consumer, because there are so many options out there right
you don't
now,
want it to be your first
are
one.
more discerning and saying that I'm not gonna fool me twice.
Right.
And that's how I feel. I feel like this just wasn't it's a heck of a label, though. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm not saying that this is my opinion, but I could see the whiskey consumer looking at this and being like, you know, Jackie was great with a big brand behind her. You know what I mean? And now going off and to do this with a younger product, not as much awareness as far as a brand, so less forgiving. Because like birthday bourbons could come out at Old Forester and there could be a batch that falls short. You know, man, I can't believe that I paid that much for that bottle.
Well, and that's the risk that you take on when you go out on your own and you become the face of it. Because
That's exactly
while
what I'm
she
saying.
was a big part of the marketing and the profiles that were coming out of Old Forester, there was a lot of different players. And when you are, and also they've been distilling and have the luxury of distilling so much volume of whiskey that you can really blend out imperfections and things. When you're going down to a smaller brand, you only have with what they distilled. Yeah, this isn't, it's her. I'm seeing this as a company.
Right.
I don't like that this was their first launch into the marketplace because it just doesn't live up to it. And unfortunately, this won't be fair, but because she is kind of the face of it, it will be because of her is the way that people may attack wasn't worth it, should have stayed at Old Forester, yada yada. And I don't think that's a fair
and I think
attack either.
And I think I think she will confidently stand up in front of people and say this is a great whiskey that they put forward and they did together. I get that, especially with the label, the spin on the label, I think in that regard.
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and say that. But here's the deal. Jackie, amazing, taking risks and contributing to the whiskey industry. I think that that's a win for the whiskey industry, 100%. I just think that we've got your best yet to come.
So Greeze says bye. I say pass. I am looking forward to what future things look like. We will definitely buy it because that's what we do here. We'll buy it and we'll tell you what we think. If you enjoy this content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up. And if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/thepodcast. You can support us directly there, or you can join our barrel club to get exclusive picks at oakandthieves.com. It's right here below for you. And that's going to do it for this time on Buy Bar Pass Greeze.
We love you. We mean it. Don't ride sharks after drinking whiskey.